You know, Justin, usually when we go see a movie, we kind of agree with each other. We don't agree on this one at all.
I loved it.
I didn't have that much fun at all.
Yeah, Ricky still is moping around and everything. It's such a huge difference. Like, I'm in such a great mood right now, and you're just kind of like...
Thor Love and Thunder we're talking about. We just got back from the theaters. This conversation is going to contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen...
Right from the beginning, spoilers.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie yet, maybe not watch this video or...
Come back and watch it.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah, dude, I was just bored. I was bored through a lot of it.
Yeah, that's where we completely disagree. I don't see how... And again, film is subjective. I don't see how you saw it boring, because I thought it was entertaining throughout the whole thing. It's not Thor Ragnarok. Don't go in expecting Thor Ragnarok. I kind of respect this movie for being a little bit different than Thor Ragnarok, but it still has that comedy and all that stuff, and I think the dark stuff really works, especially Christian Bale's Gorr.
Christian Bale's Gorr, I love that character. He did a fantastic job. That was my favorite part of the movie. When he's on the screen, I'm really into the movie, but when he was on the screen, nothing else was really hitting for me, man.
I disagree with that. There's a bunch going on, but go ahead and explain the story a little bit to them, Rick.
Well, basically, you got Gor the God Butcher. At the very beginning, his daughter gets killed.
Spoilers already.
Yeah, we said that already.
Yeah.
His daughter dies at the very beginning because he's very loyal to his God. And then he finally finds the God. And he's like, everything's gone. We're done. And then he finds out his God's not a righteous God. And then he goes, hey, you know what? My daughter's dead now, so I'm going to kill every God in the whole universe. Which I'm already problematic with that setup to the movie.
I'm not, because I was kind of already on Gorr's side. I'm I want to see a fucking movie with Gorr.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start talking about Gorr, but that's basically just the beginning we're talking about. I want to see a fucking movie where it's just watching Gorr's fucking journey.
Sure.
Killing all these guys and shit. This movie deals with heavy fucking themes.
Yeah,
right off bat, we're dealing with a kid death, and then we're dealing with false prophets. Gor the God Butcher, right from the beginning, I'm kind of rooting for him.
But I don't like that. I think the main villain in this story, I don't want to immediately root for the guy, because as soon as his daughter dies, I don't blame this guy for anything he's about to do. When he meets the God, his God, the sun god, I guess it was, big fucking tall guy. When he meets him and realizes that he's a piece of shit, and like I said, in my head I'm saying I don't blame this guy for anything he's about to do. So for me, that kind of took it out, because I wasn't really thinking of him as a villain. I was thinking of him as me if my daughter fucking died.
Well, that's why I kind of like with him though, but most of these Marvel movies especially have been doing sympathetic villain after sympathetic villain after sympathetic villain.
And they did that again.
He's a very sympathetic villain, but he's one of the better ones.
Yeah, no, he's great. The Gor the God Butcher character is fucking fun to watch. Scary as shit sometimes, very eerie.
We know it's Christian Bale right there, but
Christian Bale's so good.
He disappears on the role, and yes, he is fucking creepy. And I think the reason why we start rooting for, first off, we love Thor. He's my favorite fucking out of the MCU characters, but it's because he starts killing innocent gods. Okay, so that right there is like a little questionable.
Sure, but
and it's not really him doing it. The sword that he's got is infecting his body. Basically, gives him a cancerous virus.
So the real villain of the story is the power of the sword. What do they call it? The dark.
Yeah, I forget
side. The dark. I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, just the main villain. Although he was awesome in this movie, I just wasn't. It took me out of it, because I'm like, yeah, that's me if fucking I was in that guy's situation.
And then he steals kids too, so that also takes away a little bit of sympathy as well. Like, he's gonna kill those kids?
The kids were all fine.
Yeah,
he was using the kids just to get Thor to come to where he was at.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was the whole end game.
Well, he needed Thor's
to become the eternity?
To do something. I don't know. I lost that part too. That's why he took the kids there, so Thor would come rescue him.
When I hear people saying he's not in the movie too much, I think he's in the movie just enough.
I was bored when he wasn't in the movie, though.
But when he's in it, it's effective, and they spread him out throughout the movie, and every time he's on screen, your eyes are like, holy shit. And Ricky, I don't know if he caught on, but he definitely took some acting advice from Heath Ledger during some of these scenes, because I definitely saw a Heath Ledger's Joker vibe in some parts here and there. No?
When did he talk to Heath Ledger about this role?
I didn't say he talked to Heath Ledger about the fucking role. I'm saying when he was watching him play the Joker. You do know that Heath Ledger played the Joker in Christian Bale's Batman.
Well aware.
Okay, yeah. I'm saying...
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I did forget just now that they were both in that movie. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Sounds like a dumb thing to say anyways, but we'll move on from it.
Yeah. Thor and fucking Lady Thor. What's going on there?
I don't know. I like Jane Foster in the movie. I mean, I've always liked her character in the MCU, so I knew I was going into this movie going to like whatever she was doing. She was fine as Mighty Thor, although I didn't like the end where she's in the hospital and she's supposed to be Mighty Thor, but then she's laying in a hospital bed. Yes, she comes back to save the day, kinda, but then they ruin the surprise on that by showing the hammer. They should have just not even. Are you gonna time me out?
I'm not gonna time me out. But you gotta elaborate there a little bit because there's a reason why she's in that hospital bed.
She has cancer.
Yeah, so she has to have Monier in order to be okay, the cancer, because she's in stage 4 cancer. So she has to hold on to Monier in order to overcome the cancer. Well,
sure.
Although
but it's also draining her.
Yeah,
get on with it.
Yeah, we find out that Monier is actually like every time she uses it, every time she becomes Lady Thor, or she becomes Mighty Thor.
Don't say Lady Thor. She's Mighty Thor.
She becomes Mighty Thor. It's getting worse and worse. So anytime she can't use it, she's basically gonna die.
I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I like the Jane Foster aspect. I like the Christian Bale aspect. Chris Hemsworth was okay. I don't think he was as good as he was in Thor Ragnarok.
I disagree. I think this is a natural progression of his character. I thought he was fucking hilarious still. That's why I loved it. The first 2 acts of this movie I thought was fucking on par with Thor Ragnarok. The final 30 minutes or so, I was like, okay, no, you guys missed the boat there. But I love the Thor and Jane Foster storyline. It felt like a romantic comedy. I kind of wish they would have went into that a little bit more. They only had like a little essence of it here and there. But I thought their chemistry was great because a lot of people actually didn't care for Jane Foster from the previous movies.
I always liked her. I'm a huge Natalie Portman fan.
Yeah,
I'm like a fucking mark.
And my God, yes. She is fucking hot. I'm sorry. She's hot as shit as fucking Lady Thor. Okay. Like, holy shit, she got in fucking shape.
Who are you apologizing to?
I'm just saying. My only gripe about it is because I was waiting for the emotional hit to happen, but it kind of hits, but it didn't hit like I thought it should, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, the fight scenes, first off.
See, here's what I didn't like about the fight scenes. I don't like that Guns N' Roses starts playing every time there's a fight scene. Get rid of it.
No!
I'm tired of it. Did Slash produce this movie as well? Because this movie has a ton of Guns N' Roses. Not only music in it, but references as well. What is this movie's thing with Guns N' Roses?
I disagree. I thought they used it basically as a musical score for the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought it all fucking hit. Every time Guns N' Roses came in, first off, I guess you gotta be a huge Guns N' Roses fan, which they have their haters, but most people love Guns N' Roses. Every time it came in, I was like, holy shit, it's badass. Especially at the beginning when we first see Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy, which don't go in expecting a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but they are there and they're entertaining and that shit's funny.
Good amount of time.
Yeah,
I liked it.
That's awesome. And then Thor becomes a fucking badass and Welcome to the Jungle starts playing. Yeah, my got my heart pumping. I was like, holy shit, that's badass.
Here's one of my bigger gripes with the movie. I just feel like it was pointless to have. I mean, with the way it ended, it was just, it's like, where we go from here? I'll tell you where we go from here. Thor and Gorr's daughter
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Facing off against Hercules at some point. That's basically what the end of the movie is telling us, and that's like, that doesn't seem exciting to me.
I don't know.
Love and Thunder is... Love is Gorr's daughter, and Thunder is Thor. So it's like, it's just so simple. It's like, it feels lazy. It feels like it didn't get anything done. It just was a movie that was there, and was this movie just to set up another movie that might not be that good, called Thor Love and Thunder 2?
I hope this isn't the last Thor movie, but if it is the last Thor movie, I think it is kind of a good finale to Thor, in a way. Gorr's daughter, at the very beginning of the movie, is dying in his arms. It's freaking sad as shit. I wanted to fucking cry. Almost cried, didn't.
There wasn't enough character development for me to cry.
I don't know if this might be a plot hole. I don't know. Maybe you catch on to something. But I don't know how Gorr dying brings her back.
Gorr beat Thor.
Yeah.
He opened up whatever he wanted to open up, so he got one wish, basically. And then he was about to probably wish for God knows what, but Thor's like, do love, use love. And then he thought back of his daughter, and then he used this one wish to bring his daughter back. And then he goes, hey, this is going to kill me, and she's going to be alone. And then, mighty Thor, and Thor's like, she's not going to be alone. And then he sacrificed himself. So he's a good guy at the end of the day.
So that's pretty cool then, because, okay, if I go back and rewatch it, I might appreciate that a little bit more, because I was like, how the fuck is she alive right now? I completely missed it. I guess they explained it.
Yeah, they explained it well.
I feel like it there. And Valkyrie in this movie. I loved Valkyrie in Ragnarok. I thought she was fucking badass. Ever since she was kind of wasted I don't know, she wasn't in Infinity War, but in game she was a little bit wasted. This one, she's the weakest character to me.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
And Korg too. Korg's in there, which Korg's awesome. It was great.
Dude, the laughs were there. I'm not gonna say the laughs weren't there. And
I thought it was funny as shit all the way throughout.
And I'm not saying I disliked the movie. I'm just saying that I was very, very bored during a lot of the movie.
That blows my mind. That's like one thing. And you're like, dude, I mean, maybe a lot of people are going to feel the way you do. I don't know. But to me, it was like when we got to like the final act, I'm like, holy shit, we're already here. It fucking flies by to me because I was just like enjoying every single thing up until we get to the final battle between Thor and Gorr. My issue with it is we have Jane Foster come all the way up the mighty Thor come up and save the day pretty much. And I wanted to see the final battle between, because we go see the movie, see fucking Chris Hemsworth as Thor save the fucking day. And she was good and cool in some of those scenes. And it made sense why they did it, because eventually she had to perish and die. So I understand that, but I don't know. I just feel like this movie was building up to something for me personally, and they didn't land it at all. That's my only gripe about it.
Yeah, I mean, and I see that too. I didn't like the whole kid aspect. Thor giving his power to all the children to help
that was a weak
fight Gorr towards the end. At the end of the movie, they're still kids. They have weak arms. You know, even though
they were fighting off the creatures.
But the creatures are creatures, dude. Would you rather fight a fucking man or a creature? I'm gonna fight a man any day over a creature.
Not that motherfucker. That motherfucker's badass. Gorr?
The creatures,
the fucking creepy ass Gorr.
The creatures?
Who was creepier? Gorr or the fucking
creatures?
The creatures were creepier than the CGI fucking creatures.
Where'd they come from, Justin? Where'd they come from?
From fucking hell, probably.
Exactly.
Asgard hell. I don't know.
But also, New Asgard has a basketball team. Are they at the very end? Valkyrie was wearing the new Asgard Kings. No, it was a new Asgard Kings.
Yeah.
So are they in the NBA? Do they have an NBA team? Is there another league? Plot hole.
No, bitch. It's just part of the MCU world, I'm sure. The Sacramento Kings. It's a basketball team.
It was a jersey that said Asgard the new Asgard Kings.
Okay, you're paying attention to fucking shit that doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, a little shit. I was bored. I was like, what's that shirt? It doesn't matter. Hey, if we did a list of our top 10
right
MCU
behind Thanos
villains,
for me.
I got fucking him high on that list.
It's hard to argue against Loki. I don't really consider Loki a full-on villain.
I don't consider Gor the God Butcher a full-on villain with the way they portrayed his character in this movie.
Sure, I see what you're saying there. But this is going to be the last time we see him, unless...
I hope not, because like you said, a fucking solo movie, Gor the God Butcher movie, would be fucking epic, dude. Awesome. That would be awesome. I would love to see that.
It would be like the Northman, dude. Like, just a fucking brutal-ass fucking... He doesn't give a fuck killing... And you're on his fucking side. He's making questionable decisions. Yeah, killing all these guys. But, man, it's like, after this one guy, like, how do you fucking go back on it, you know? I understood what he was doing completely. At first, he made me doubt, like, am I going to root for Thor in this movie, or am I going to root for fucking Gorr? I was like, at the end of the day, once I saw Thor, I was like, hell yeah. Let's go, bitch.
Yeah.
So, and then one of my favorite scenes, I'm sorry, we failed to mention, I know you didn't care for it as much as I did, Russell Crowe as fucking Zeus in this movie was hilarious. I was not expecting that at all. This whole scene that he has with fucking Thor, which is one of the best scenes in the movie, I think. Thor's like a huge fan. He's a fanboy of Zeus. So the way they build it up and then we finally see him, he's like so like, his voice is just weird. He's talking really low.
Yeah, he's
very
not
underwhelming.
He's not. It's a fat Russell Crowe playing Zeus in this movie, and
he definitely lost weight. There's this movie called Unhinged where he really got bloated.
But he's okay. Great. I can say that.
He was hilarious. Too. I loved the shit with Thor and Zeus in that scene. He gets to use fucking Zeus's weapon, which is cool, but it's not as cool as Stormbreaker. The jokes. Okay. The jokes of this movie aren't nearly as good as Ragnarok, but they're close. But they do this ongoing thing with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, which is funny as shit at first. I even heard you laugh at first.
I thought it was funny the whole time.
Oh, the whole time?
How his new hammer's getting fucking jealous.
Yeah, explain that to him.
Like, you can't explain something?
Yeah, so Mjolnir and Stormbreaker are... I guess Stormbreaker's getting jealous because Thor's missing Mjolnir. And they just have this running gag for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 scenes. But the first time it works, after that it got less funny.
I thought it was funny the whole time. And that's one of the things I did like about the movie.
Yeah, no. I missed the... Oh, the goats. People are praising the goats. It was... Okay,
I liked them. I was so scared. After you hear them, you're like, okay, let's not fucking keep doing this, because that was sucking. They didn't. They did a good job of not making us annoyed.
They kind of let it go after... Once you get to the more serious moments, they kind of stop it. At first, it's funny, but that even got a little grating for me. Plus, I got done watching Minions last week, and a whole movie of those guys fucking... those movies, but Jesus Christ. Yeah. I love this movie for the first hour and a half, 90 minutes, but I was very underwhelmed by the finale.
When it started going to black and white, I was like, oh no.
I thought it looked good.
But they did good. They pulled color in there with the hammer and shit, which made it very aesthetically pleasing, very fun to watch. But I was, for a second, I was like, please don't do the last 20 minutes of this movie black and white.
I thought it looked great, though. I thought the cinematography in that scene was fucking
beautiful. Yeah, no, it was. I'm saying that at first I was worried they were going to.
I thought it was cool. It was a nice look.
Okay,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay. I was planning on saying that, hey guys, if you love Ragnarok, you'll love this one. But I loved Ragnarok and liked this one very, very much. Ricky loved Ragnarok and didn't care for it as much. So, I don't know if it's that. Maybe I'm a Taika Waititi guy. I fucking just love the way this dude could have like this dark material, this dark subject matter, but still make light of it, like in Jojo Rabbit, which is a fucking brilliant masterpiece, and still somehow feel safe. Like, I don't know, the way he juggles comedy and dark just themes is just like insane to me, and I always
It's
enjoy
insane
it.
to you.
Well, yeah, because not many people could do that. Like, this is dealing with cancer. This is dealing with religion.
A lot of tough issues. What are you gonna rate this movie? 1 to 5 stars.
I was at a fucking 4.5 the first 2 acts. Brought it down to the 3.5 after the final end of the movie.
So you give it a 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
I give this movie a 2.5. I left the theater and I was like, I was kind of bored some parts. When I own it and actually watch it on my TV in my living room, where I'm like smoking pot and super comfortable.
Drugs.
Pot.
Oh, yeah.
And then I might rate it higher. But from where we stand right now, I'm giving this movie a 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know if we're having a Marvel fatigue at this point, because I will say that the first 2 acts of the movie I like better than Spider-Man No Way Home. At the end of the day, Spider-Man No Way Home is way more entertaining, just my opinion.
Yeah, it's a dumb opinion. It's stupid.
Whatever.
And it's wrong.
I'm saying the first 2 acts.
It's dumb and wrong. So can't do worse
Spider-Man
than
No
that.
Way Home still is the best one we've had since Endgame. I thought this one was close up until the ending, but Marvel's just putting out too much shit right now. We're getting TV shows left and right that nobody seems to be talking about or care that much about. They have some strong episodes, but at the end of the day, they feel worthless. Like, I just wish that they would. And again, I have no idea where this phase is going. Like, I remember like the previous shit. We're like, oh my god, this is going here, this is going there, this is going there. What happens next? I don't have that same feeling after Doctor Strange, this movie, and all these fucking TV shows that we've had.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So are we getting fatigued? I don't know.
If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. If you're not new here, we appreciate you watching as always. Also, drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, hey, let us know if you agree with Ricky or if you agree with me. Who's crazier? Who knows what they're talking about? Who doesn't?
Well, one of us is definitely wrong. I don't care what you say about movies being subjective. Also, check out this video. We also made it. It's another video we did.